Jazz trade for former friend Georges Niang and 2 second-round picks. The Utah Jazz have acquired veteran forward Georges Niang and 2 future second-round draft picks from the Boston Celtics in exchange for rookie R.J. Lewis Jr. This trade is the latest in a series of cost-cutting moves by the Celtics, with the Jazz benefiting from taking on Niang's expiring contract. Niang's $8.2 million salary will be absorbed into Utah's existing trade exception. This marks a homecoming of sorts for Niang, who previously played for the Jazz from 2017 to 2021, contributing significantly to their playoff runs. However, he'll find a vastly changed team with a completely new roster and coaching staff. The trade brings Utah's roster to 16 players under contract, exceeding the league maximum. The Jazz are now expected to trade Kevin Love, acquired earlier this offseason, to further adjust their roster. Another player, KJ Martin Jr., is also on a non-guaranteed contract. The acquisition of Niang and the draft picks represents a shrewd move by the Jazz, leveraging the Celtics' need to reduce their salary cap burden to bolster their future draft assets.
In our next story, Celtics reportedly trade Georges Niang NBA draft picks to Jazz for R.J. Lewis Jr. The Boston Celtics have made a significant roster move, trading forward Georges Niang to the Utah Jazz in exchange for rookie guard R.J. Lewis Jr. and 2 second-round draft picks. This trade significantly reduces the Celtics' luxury tax burden, dropping their bill by over $40 million. To further manage their salary cap, the Celtics also signed former Toronto Raptors forward Chris Boucher to a 1-year, $3.3 million deal. This move follows the team's earlier trades of Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, all part of a strategy to get below the NBA's second apron, a key financial threshold for teams. The Jazz are able to absorb Niang's contract thanks to a trade exception they previously received. Lewis Jr., meanwhile, will fill a 2-way contract spot for the Celtics, adding depth to their roster. The signing of Boucher also fulfills a long-standing interest by the Celtics front office, further enhancing their team's prospects. In essence, the Celtics' recent transactions demonstrate a strategic approach to managing both their roster and their finances, aiming for a balanced team within a more manageable budget.
In our next story, Trump fires 5 members of Puerto Rico's Financial Oversight Board. President Trump dismissed 5 of the 8 members of Puerto Rico's Financial Oversight Management Board, citing inefficiency and ineffectiveness. 4 of the dismissed members were appointed by Democratic presidents, while 1 was a Trump appointee later renominated by President Biden. The move leaves only 2 original board members, plus 1 appointed by the Puerto Rican governor. The board, created under the PROMESA Act to address Puerto Rico's debt crisis, has faced criticism for its handling of the island's finances, particularly concerning the Electric Power Authority's debt. Bondholders are contesting a proposed reduction in principal payments on PREPA bonds, a dispute that has drawn congressional attention and sparked accusations of exploitation by some lawmakers. Puerto Rico's governor, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, a Republican, previously called for the board's immediate dissolution, while the White House claims no replacement decisions have been made. The firings have ignited debate about the board's future and the best path forward for the island's financial recovery. The legality of the dismissals is also a subject of ongoing discussion, given PROMESA's stipulations for member removal only for cause. The ongoing dispute highlights the complex challenges facing Puerto Rico's financial stability, involving competing interests between the island's government, bondholders, and the Oversight Board itself. The future composition and effectiveness of the board remain uncertain.
In our next story, Dow Jones Today. Stocks close lower as rally stalls amid lingering concerns about tariffs, economy. Palantir soars after earnings. Gartner's stock plummeted nearly 28% despite exceeding second-quarter earnings expectations. The company lowered its full-year sales guidance due to weakening demand in its largest research segment, reflecting broader economic uncertainty and reduced business spending. Conversely, Axon Enterprise, the taser maker, saw its shares jump over 16%, driven by exceeding sales and profit estimates for the second quarter and a raised full-year outlook. Strong growth in its software business and high demand for its AI products fueled this surge. Palantir Technologies also experienced a significant boost, with its shares surging nearly 8% after exceeding second-quarter sales and profit expectations and increasing its 2025 outlook. The company highlighted strong demand for its AI platform as a key factor in reaching a record $1 billion in quarterly revenue, prompting several analysts to raise their price targets. Several other companies also reported positive earnings news, including DuPont, which saw shares rise following better-than-expected results and increased guidance. However, not all earnings reports were positive. Vertex Pharmaceuticals shares dropped 21% after announcing the discontinuation of an experimental pain treatment due to unsuccessful Phase 2 trials. Despite exceeding second-quarter earnings expectations driven by its cystic fibrosis treatment, the setback overshadowed the positive results. Similarly, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, saw its shares slip in after-hours trading despite reporting record revenue and exceeding current quarter guidance. This due in part to the impact of U.S. government export controls. The cryptocurrency exchange Bullish, backed by Peter Thiel, announced plans for an initial public offering, IPO, seeking a valuation exceeding $4 billion. The company highlighted strong first-quarter trading volume growth and institutional adoption of digital assets as key factors driving its IPO strategy. In our next story, NFL suspends Jordan Addison for the first 3 games of the season. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison will miss the first 3 games of the regular season due to an NFL suspension. The suspension stems from a plea agreement Addison made last month regarding a DUI charge. He pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of wet reckless, avoiding more serious penalties. The 3-game ban means Addison will sit out games against the Bears, Falcons, and Bengals. He'll still be able to participate in training camp and preseason games. The suspension is a significant blow to the Vikings receiving corps, particularly as star receiver Justin Jefferson is currently sidelined with a hamstring injury. While the team remains optimistic about Jefferson's Week 1 availability, the suspension adds pressure to the Vikings' already potentially thin receiving group. The situation puts added importance on the other receivers in the squad as they prepare for the upcoming season. Addison's suspension is a consequence of the league's substance abuse policy. His plea deal included fines and mandatory online courses. The Vikings will navigate their early season schedule with a potentially diminished receiving